The weave wheels as it will, and the Dragon Review has been reborn. We're back again for probably the final time this series, because we're here to review the finale of the Wheel of Time Season 2. I'm Cam, that's Christine, that's Kyle. Kyle, why don't you start off by telling the good gents and ladies what they can find on the GenreVerse YouTube channel?
Sure. Well, they can find all of our podcasts, just like this one, The Dragon Reviewed. We've got anime reactions, Star Wars stuff on the Cantina, Daily Cog, and Breaking Geek Radio, handling everything you can imagine in geek, pop culture, entertainment news. All of that goes up also on your favorite podcast app. So subscribe on YouTube, follow on your favorite podcast app, interact on both, leave comments, reviews, thumbs up or down. Check out lrmonline.com every day for written news and reviews, including written reviews like Cam Clark's freaking Wheel of Time written reviews. They're all there. And hey, we do have merch. If the ad goes away, there's a Redbubble link down in the description box below. You can support the channel and get some cool stuff printed out on lots of items and clothing. Yay!
Great. And just for anybody that might be tuning in for the first time to see what we thought of the finale, we are full spoilers for the show. No book spoilers here at all, because Kyle and Christine have never read the books and they don't want to know what happens next. Thank you very much. We're going to start, as always, with just the grades. So, Christine, we always start with you. So what is your grade for the finale of the Wheel of Time Season 2?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I want to give it an A, but it wasn't like, I don't know.
I think you and I are going to jump on Christine's opinion on this one. Cam, keep going, Christine.
Because you want to say A, or that you hated it?
No, I rather enjoyed it quite a lot.
Okay, because it's like, I don't know. It was just like, I don't know.
So take a stand.
What are you doing? I'm going to give it an A.
You're going to give it an A. So what was missing? Was some of the kind of emotional payoffs missing for you slightly or something? Or
it kind of felt like where we had what is her name? The
Describer.
Lanfear?
Yes,
okay.
her.
Lanfear.
I think it's because of her.
Okay.
Just the way she was doing things was kind of confusing, and it's just like, I don't know what you're doing. And it seemed like her plan worked, as if that's what she was doing, but at first it just kind of felt like, what the hell's going on here? So yeah, for me it was just, I think she was part of it. And then like the end where it's like she's just all scared but like revealed that she was betraying Ishmael. And yeah, so it was like, I don't know.
And he knew right away, didn't he, that what was happening? He was spot on it. As soon as he came out the room for speaking, he's like, okay, she's betrayed me. And he put his kind of plan into action, which was, of course, to release the other Forsaken. Anyway,
I think she could have handled it better, like not reveal what she was doing, because then she just gave him a bunch of time. So it's like, you knew he was cooking up something. So I guess it's just more like I had the character flaw issue with her, because she just kind of like really took me out of it. It's like, girl, you're so dumb.
I figured she may have known kind of what to expect in his reactions, and that was part of why she did what she did. You gave it a very lukewarm A. I'm giving it an A as well. It can't be an A+. I do think there's some editing issues which might lead to some of the confusion with like chain of events, people showing up where, when. I think that for sure may have played into some of your feelings, because that's why it's not like an A+ for me. Some CGI stuff. One thing about speed powers, or whenever you're trying to show like a blurry thing for motion, if it's not done well, it looks very, very cheap. And this was a case where when the heroes of the Horn are charging down the bridge, the effect that they used was just, it was cheap looking. And I don't know what the solution would have been, but I know that particular effect is really hard to do well without it looking cheap.
Yeah, I kind of think they should have just went for a different effect completely and not gone down that road. Like maybe made them, I don't know. misty or something to show that they're not.
Yeah,
you know,
it looked CW-ish even. I'm not lying. No,
I mean,
it was really rough.
But
I love the scene. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And they brought back, like, when they all appeared, I was like, it's a bunch of dead people. And, you know, the first one I picked up on, I forget his name, but dude with the eye patch. There you go.
Eye patch.
Yep, I picked up on that, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. And but yeah, I give it a good solid A. Like, this is a solid A. It's not teetering on A minus. I was pretty happy with it overall. Oh, and the dragon looked rough, but whatever.
I agree with that. I gave it an A minus. I think I can't remember now what I gave it in my reviews, but I think it's a warm A minus in terms of I really enjoyed it. Just had a couple of things that I just think could have been done a little bit better that could have made it an A+ episode, and I'm kind of disappointed that they were such little things that could have been fixed that that might have just made it all a bit nicer and suited some controversy with the book fans as well. A little bit more. It would have smoothed that out, I think. And
you did do
still
A-,
enjoyed
I just
it.
Looked it up.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Since I'm on my phone and can't look up at the moment. Yeah, so that's kind of where I was. But generally, what I'm most pleased about is that we actually had a decent season finale for once, because it feels like the last few shows that I've been watching recently, I've just all got to the end and went, oh. And Wheel of Time season 1 was like that as well. It kind of just was really rough in those last couple of episodes. So I'm kind of glad that they never quite hit a home run, but they certainly batted out, with this particular season finale. Let's just get right into it with the good. So, start off with you, Kyle, shall we, this time? What was your good about this episode?
Egwene continues to be good. Like watching her kick some ass, watching her protect her friends and their own. You have the Heroes of the Horn Avengers Assemble moment, and then you have our current heroes party, hero party, their Avengers Assemble moment, which was great. I loved Rand doing a lot of really badass stuff. Still, it feels so bad, but at least I'm equal opportunity here. He's a goofy looking motherfucker. He just looks goofy. He's not like the classic hero look that you throw out there. Hey, I did get both males and females equally. But
I've seen him in other things, and I think they've picked him so that he can be that goofy and also
and that's
on
fine.
Be the.
It's just
every now
and then seeing him do something, you're just kind of like, just because he doesn't have that classical look. It's not a bad thing. It's just a personal type thing.
I don't see that, but okay.
I liked when he Iron Manned the like King's Guards, or the leader there of that particular group of Sanchan. I liked it when he little magic missile all over the place.
There's a bit of an Indiana Jones moment, almost like, right, I'm going to fight you with a blade. But and actually, it's worth noting that in the books he does fight him with a blade and beats him. But Rand has been training with the sword with Lan and stuff in the books, so he's become really good with the sword. They haven't done that in the show, so
just a little
to see him just start sword fighting some master, it would be strange, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It wouldn't have worked. Yep. So I liked what they did better, actually, to be honest.
And Nynaeve getting a taste of power was fun. Kind of hitting back at the people she knows that did bad. But again, Egwene had the best one, man. When she slapped that collar on and hung that bitch up, and I was just like, let her die. Please say you let her die. And she did, and that was just glorious. I loved every second of that, because that's exactly what I would have done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought you released me.
I'm
going to release you, but
I'm willing to
die.
I'm willing to die. Are you willing to take a chance that I might not kill you? But I'm willing to die on this one, and then I'll let you die. Just like Bravo.
Because I think for her it'd be better to die than be the way she is at the moment, wouldn't it? So. And what do you think about the whole fact that sort of these Soldam that have been controlling them, they can all channel as well, and they just don't know it? Yeah, that's a bit of.
And it even looked like on the boat when Moraine is fire torpedoing the boats. The chick who had her nails cut, it looked like she and her like handler or whatever sensed something was coming, and I don't know if that meant anything or if that was just an example of bad editing where they haven't seen light or anything yet, but you can see they're kind of freaking out as the fire things are under the boat before it even jumps out.
Like the sound of the water kind of churning.
Again, it was kind of weird because I wasn't quite sure what it was that was really getting them. But water sounds might be it. But yeah, it was an interesting thing. You're every bit as dirty as I am type deal. Because of the way they view magic users or weave users, whatever.
I don't know. I think it was more like that. Like I've got a bad feeling about this, but don't.
No. His question to me.
Yeah, but I was just
yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought about it. So.
Christine, anything good that was different from your loving husband?
Good.
Damn
well,
right
I have a complaint that I'll say later. But I just the fighting was good. Egwene just kicking ass. Loved it. Moraine and Lan, reconnecting.
Sort of reconnecting.
And hashing it out and bringing their bond back together. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add to that because you had said a bunch of stuff already.
Okay.
Sorry, that sounded like a jab. It wasn't meant to be a jab. I'm sorry.
Well, we might as well move on to the. I guess I should say what my good was. I guess my favourite scene was Matt getting his kind of moment. Where
you know what? Completely forgot about him. Christine, did you want to say anything about Matt since I cut Cam off?
He had a really clever moment, and I liked how he handled it, and good for him for not giving into temptation.
Yeah, because we talked about this last week, didn't we? And like what side he's got, and both of you were like, "Well, I think he's going to go down the light side." You know what I mean? And it's sometimes it's a good moment when that kind of checks out. And it is the kind of first glimpse we've got of Matt is really the character he becomes, I think, which is honestly one of my favourite characters in the story. So,
and I was 100% correct about why Moraine said we are not equals. I was 100% correct.
Yeah, you did call that one absolutely, and it's not a book thing or anything like that. So
really,
that's just you.
Nice.
No. I don't think that's really and if it is, I've forgotten it, so I could be wrong. But either way, I think it's just something that you naturally come up with because of the way the show was flown. I would say. Yep.
Because she can't speak a lie, so.
Yeah, I guess that's my good. Like, the whole Matt thing. I love the way he used the sorry, really give somehow away there. The way he used that dagger, but didn't touch it to kind of get himself out. It was kind of inventive. And then like that, we see that Ishii was lying to him last week and was just kind of trying to turn him. And now he actually starts to remember that he was a hero and these people like that. Yeah, we've fought with you thousands of times before, and he suddenly kind of remembers how to fight and everything like that. And you can see him using the old tongue, which he should know, at this point. So it was pretty cool. Gripes then. Yeah. Let's get on to gripes. So, Christine, you obviously have a gripe. So
they killed the wolf, and it's like, how many times are you going to shatter this poor man? But yeah, it was like I'm glad he took out that dude's dad, whatever his name is. I don't really care. It doesn't matter anyway. He's dead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. His name's Bornhold, but it doesn't matter.
He did. That's
his name. I mean, is that good drama? Did you think it was a gripe with the show that he shouldn't have died, or did you just not like it because you didn't want Hopper to die? Because that's good drama.
I felt it is good drama, but it just seems like more like now it just feels like you're torturing your characters. So
I've seen worse.
Do you
remember Chief Tyrol on Battlestar? You want to talk about like
Chief had it rough.
A damn near Job analog right there.
Yeah,
Chief had it rough, man.
Yeah. A lot of characters could get it rough in some shows, thinking off the top of my head, Better Call Saul, and things that happen to some people on that. But But yeah, absolutely. I mean, these characters, let's face it, they're going to have some more hard times ahead, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's not going to be one of these shows. We've got another 6 seasons potentially to go, so it's not going to be all lights and happy and let's dance through the forest and
Rainbows
fun together.
And puppy dogs.
No. So I wondered how that would hit to you guys, because it was more important to me as a book reader, because they spend a bit more time in the books building up that relationship between Hopper and Perrin. They haven't really had time to do that so much in the show. So I wondered how that hit to you. Was it an emotional moment, or was it kind of like, oh shit, didn't want that to happen?
It was emotional for me. Like, you just looking into his eyes. Oh man, it just kills me.
I only got emotional in as much as I don't like animal death, you know. And we've got a puppy. So, but I'm with you. Like, I can appreciate the bond on its surface level, but I didn't get a chance to fall in love with this dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a good dog and good character pairing with Perrin and stuff, but I can definitely see where a book would allow you more time to get
into Perrin's head.
Well. Yeah,
and obviously
exactly.
He talks to Hopper in his head, you know, in a different way. It's not voice. So
yeah. Didn't they say like that the wolf had lost his mate as well?
Mm-hmm.
So right. So there's like a, you know.
Yeah. It's similar to like Final Fantasy 16. They have a really like defined separation between the story played out in cutscenes and then what you play, which will be dungeons and any level grinding that you do, but almost no story happens there. No interaction with your party, the other characters in the story. So if like I feel nothing when someone dies because I haven't played as them. It's been like just watching something, and when it's a game, there's a different expectation, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, sure, I saw some of this stuff, but I didn't get enough living it to feel as much outside of poor puppy. But yeah, that's me.
I accept that. What, any other gripes from you, Christine, before we go on to Kel's gripes?
I don't really think it's much of a gripe, but I am curious on what's going on with Leandrin. But she didn't fit in this episode. Yeah. There's no way to make that work. So,
yeah, definitely feel a little bit of some ends left untied that could have been handled with in a stinger or something with the ambulance seat with Leandrin. Something White Tower-ish, I think, needed.
But then we'll get
something.
So many more seasons of this to go.
Oh yeah,
you know, so they're going to pick up these things later
on. But it felt like as a season ender, we should have seen something. Not like a super big gripe. Like I said, there was some CGI stuff that not the shot 3,000 years ago, but the other one with the dude coming up on the white cloaks, and he's like coming up on their camp, and you see all the trees and stuff like that. I think he was a white cloak. That scene looked really rough, CGI-ish, as they tried to blend what looks like a location shot with some CGI things. So compositing was an issue. I think might be the proper one. Like I said, editing, people showing up in places where you're just not quite sure how everything kind of got there. You almost feel like you're missing something. And then I don't know, just little things like that. I don't really have too much to complain about. Like I said, it couldn't be an A+, but it was really good and a lot of fun.
What did you guys think about the whole sort of Rand getting actually stabbed by Matt and the way that worked? Were you kind of expecting that to happen because of the prophecy?
Good.
That Min had to feel like.
Once it happened, I was like, yeah, because like obviously manipulation to get that to happen, but you know it worked out in the end.
The dragon sucked. That's right. Since we're there at that period in time, the dragon CGI also sucked. It looked too Mortal Kombat-ish, if you know what I mean.
I agree with you on that. I think something slightly more subtle would have worked better.
Mhm.
I thought it was just a bit too full on for me. You know, if it had been just a little bit smaller, a little bit more, I don't know, almost like it just spun round the tower and went away rather than sort of climbing on it and stuff like that. I just think they took it that little bit too far for me. I agree with you on
It
that.
overstayed its welcome.
And it also probably would have been better for this to happen at more of a dusk, if not nighttime, and would have helped the CGI blend in. And
maybe.
Or a darkening because of like dust being kicked up, and,
something like that. Yeah, there's things.
Yeah, they are. I think it's a valid criticism. I guess, you know, that was one of my gripes. I didn't think the dragon looked so good. I also didn't think the Heroes of the Horn looked that good. I didn't think it was awful, but I didn't think it looked that good either. And I guess I just think they could have shot the finale, the whole thing with the fight with Ishii, Egwin and everything, a little bit different. I just wanted to ask you guys, though, because there's quite a lot of book fans that are a bit disappointed with the ending because Rand didn't really get a moment to power up, if you like. Did you feel that was missing from the finale at all, or were you okay with how it worked out?
I thought it was all right. I wasn't aware he was supposed to have a Super Saiyan moment. Like,
so, I mean, without getting any spoilers, obviously, for what comes next, the same thing happened in the first book, that he has a kind of big use his power moment in the first book, and they didn't do that in the first season. And then he has another moment like that here where literally, right, him and Ishmael fight in the sky. They're like projected into the sky. And I honestly found it in the books a little bit corny, if I'm being honest. And I was a bit worried that how are they going to do this? You know, this could not work out right. But I think some of the fans were disappointed that we didn't get to see Rand just power up.
Well, they spent all the money on the dragon.
Opinion. That's true. But I kind of think Egwin had earned that moment, even though she's not as powerful as Ishmael. She had earned that moment just through the pure anger and frustration that she had gone through. Plus, by being a demand, she's learned all these weaves, because when they get her to do things, remember, that's like a surefire way to learn really quickly. So she like jumped up in terms of the power levels now, because she'd learned all this stuff from being a demand that she wouldn't have got taught for years at the tower. So I kind of liked that they gave her a bit of time, and I think they're leaving Rand till next season, and then Randall gets some big things to do once he's had time to actually learn what he's doing. You know, it would be my kind of prediction on that. So I'm okay with it.
He hasn't really had much. He hasn't had much training just yet, so that makes perfect sense.
I also liked him just being the walk up and stabby type, because you know I thought that was kind of cool.
Like
what about this? What about if Egwin's shield had broke? This is just an idea I had, so you can poo-poo this if you want. Egwin's shield actually breaks to Ishmael's attack, and that's when Perrin comes in and shields her from the actual attack itself. And when Rand stands up, he puts out a shield that's more powerful, and then he walks towards Ishmael and still does the same stab move. I think that would have been
cool.
Would have worked a little bit
And that's
better.
what I thought was going to happen when the three of them started walking together. I thought we were going to see
like power coming together in some way.
Power from him feeding her or something, but that didn't happen.
He backed it up. He backed up her shield instinctively or something. I think that would have been a nice little touch, just to not piss off the book fans.
Yeah, that would have been better. That would have been better. Definitely better, but I didn't mind it so much.
I'm okay with it.
I thought you were getting it like Indiana Jones, where he's like, he just takes the shot, like, I'm done with this. I'm moving on.
No, not like that.
I've been debating with fans online, because there's a lot of people who didn't like it, and I've been kind of trying to say, I really think that he hasn't earned it yet in the show, and I don't think he had earned it in the books either, but the books just have him do things sometimes with knowing what he's doing and stuff like that, and I think it's better this way to have him have to learn and go through the hardships first of all. Any other kind of gripes or any other kind of things that you want to talk about, or questions you have?
I don't know.
Getting into spoilers.
And as far as like any theories about next season, I couldn't even begin to.
It's a difficult one at this point, because
where we would go.
The story's kind of had a reset point here.
I mean,
so we kind of
yeah,
need to see where it goes.
you've got the other Forsaken, I'm guessing, the ones that were
I
left
was
in
going to bring that
the
up,
things.
yeah.
I'm guessing there are big bads for next season, or at least one of them will be. Still. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
We still don't have too much on the Dark One themselves, you know.
No.
And so I think next season might be more of a, and I would almost hope more of a dive into the bad guys, more of a dive into that side of things. Not that we'll spend most time with the bad guys, but more time, more explanation. I think, hopefully, I hope, but I also think next season would make sense to be that one to kind of build that side of this conflict more deeply and give us a little bit more. And I'm hoping to see that. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. But I just now remembered another gripe that I had. That very last bit with that individual that broke out of the I don't even know the person's name, but broke out of
her name is Megadian, which is the old tongue for spider.
Okay.
So because she's Spider, but Megadian is what they call her.
She didn't come off as badass as like they were trying to, portray her. I was like, no. But I guess like trying to do crazy eyes, but she's
is a bit nuts.
That's what
she was
figured.
In the books a little bit.
Okay.
But it didn't come off nuts so much as someone trying to be nuts. Like, if that makes sense. I didn't. When you look at good characters that play crazy, this felt like someone trying too hard to do that. Does that make sense?
Like, so yeah. I guess she's weren't that impressed by that kind of ending a little bit with her, because I liked it, I liked it. But I have to say, the Forsaken are so much better done in the show than they are in the books, and I think most book fans would agree with that, because they're too much in the background in the books, and we don't get to spend enough time with them. And actually, we've had a lot more, and they seem a lot more relatable. We've had a lot more Lanfear here than we get, I think, at this point in the books, and certainly in a different way. And I think she's been probably the most popular character in the show worldwide at the moment, since she kind of turned up and went Lanfear. So I think it could be interesting to see Megadian, but I get what you're saying. You have to wait and see how
we only get that little bit.
Year. Yeah, it's just a small tease.
So it's like it does. Like maybe she'll like get into the character more, but like so far it's like I'm not convinced.
And we have to meet some of the other ones as well, because there's now another 5 did she say out there?
Yeah.
7, 8. Yeah, I think they've got 8 in total in this kind of. It was 13 in the book, but they've clearly cut some of them because we don't have time for that. But they've clearly amalgamated some of them. So I don't know exactly which ones we're actually going to get, but I think we'll still to meet some of the other guys as well, and there's another female one as well. So
cool,
interesting.
Anything
else? Woo. Well, I don't think that's what I was going to say, because so far, I mean, they're making it right now, but it's an average. Is it 2 years? Has it been 2 years since we recorded for season 1, or has it been like a year and a half? I can't quite remember what the gap was between it.
Anyways,
I don't
know. Anyway, it could be a couple of years before we're back again. But I take it you've enjoyed it enough to be back for season 3.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't want to wait that long, but I mean, I get it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a bit crap, isn't it? Yeah,
I'd quite like
for season 3 to start tomorrow, but
Rings of Power, I'm not looking forward to that now, because it's like, you have to jump really high.
It has to do what Wheel of Time did and do a big jump up, I think, to really get our interest. But hey, we'll see how that goes. Any last words then that you want to say before we can close up?
Like, share, subscribe. It's been fun, guys.
Yeah, we'll catch you next season 3. Hopefully we'll be back. Thanks very much, everyone. See you later on. Bye-bye.
Bye.